So in our computers, actually the data, whatever the data is stored in the form of digital data, that means either zeros or ones, binary data. So how the binary data is stored as, actually our own data is stored as binary data physically on the system. How we can convert these ones? So how to convert our data into numbering format actually? So there are some systems were there which is called as a number system. Using this number system, we can perform all those operations. And in this number system, we have mainly two important number systems. First one is binary number system, and the second one is hexadecimal number system. Binary indicates 0 or 1, right? And hexa indicates 16. Okay, first we'll go with the binary number system. The binary number system means it contains either 0 or 1, which is called as a bit. 0 bit, 1 bit, right? And at the same time, decimal number system contains 0 through 9 numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 9 only. Okay, binary number system 0 or 1, decimal number system 0 to 9. So, we need to write some addressing for the systems or network equipment or servers or any other thing. In order to identify those systems, we need address for that one, right? Next, each address, I mean IP address. IP address is the address we use to uh, call or make some communication path between a system using IP address only. So there are two types: source IP address, destination IP address. We need to maintain a communication path. So that IP address is of 32-bit format. So that IP address contains total 32 bits. That 32 bits is divided into four sections. 32 bits were divided into four sections, and each section is called as an octet. Octet, right? An octet contains 8 bits. Octet, right? So 8 into 4 equal to 32. So total 32 bits were divided into four sections, and each section is called as an octet. Octet contains 8 bits, right? Each octet contains 8 bits. That bits may be either 0 or 1. And next, each section is divided with the help of a dot. Section, dot, section, dot, section, dot, section, right? Next. So we will use dots to notate this one. So this type of thing is called as a dotted notation format, right? Dotted notation format. And observe the picture. In that picture, is it clear for you? That picture. In that picture, observe uh, bottom left, bottom left one. So one system PC1 is maintaining a communication path. So wants to communicate to PC2. So observe. So yesterday we configured our IP address with 192.168.0.1 like that. So computers won't recognize that one. Computers can recognize only binary data, either 0 or 1. So we need to convert this digital decimal format into binary format. These digits to be converted into binary so that it will contain only zeros or ones. That's why you can observe this is nothing but an IP address. 8 bits dot 8 bits dot 8 bits dot 8 bits. For example, 192.168.0.1 like that IP address. It is our human readable format, but machine readable format is zeros or ones. This is the way we can address the systems using dotted decimal notation format, right? Dotted decimal notation format. In this one, we have conversions. We have conversions. To perform conversion, you need to understand the position. Okay, position values. Position values. So observe the blue color table. We have a radix. In that radix, we have position number, calculate position value, and in top one we have a 10 is represented because the decimal numbers 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Totally how many digits were there? 10 digits. That's why we have to use 10 over here, right? And then obtain the position value. Position value means first position to be indicated with 10 to the power of 0. Second position 10 to the power of 1. Third position 10 to the power of 2. Fourth position is 3. That means you have to use 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 3 means after 1 we need to write 3 zeros. So this is the format for obtaining a position value, and then apply same thing to the data. For example, consider this one. Decimal number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How we will read that one? 1234. But actually how it is coming? Using a position value. Same thing. Ones means units, tens, hundreds, thousands. Units, tens, hundreds, thousands. Unit means 1, tens means single 10, hundreds means 100, thousands means 1000, right? So multiply the decimal number with position value, right? So 1 into 1000. Next number is 2, so 2 into 100. Next number is 3 into 10. Last one 4. What is the position value? 1. 4 into 1, right? 4 into 1 means 4. 3 into 10 30. 2 into 100 200. 1 into 1000 1000, right? The final step is add all these numbers. You will get the result 1 2 3 4, right? This is the way using the position values we denote the numbers. This is our basic understanding for decimal numbers, right? Same thing for binary notation. For binary notation, the radix value for decimal is 10. Same thing, radix value for binary number is, there are only two values, so the radix value is 2, right? 2. For all it is 2. Next, position number. Start with 0, 1, write like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Position number. Next, value. Calculate the value. 2 to the power of 0, 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 to the power of 7. Stop with 2 to the power of 7 only. Why? Because what is octet? How much numbers does octet contain? Only 8. Okay, only 8 bits, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total how many values? 8 values. So stop with this and then obtain the values. What is the value of 2 to the power of 0? 1. 2 to the power of 1, 2. Next, 2 square is 4. 2 cube is 8. 2 to the power of 4, 16. 2 to the power of 5, 32. 2 to the power of 6, 64. 2 to the power of 7, 128. So this is the uh, format for obtaining position value with the radix for a binary number. Next, we need to get the value of a binary number. We need to get the value of a binary number in a decimal format. To obtain the value in a decimal format. So how to obtain the binary value in a decimal format? So this is the basic table which indicates. So whatever the values is there, total 8 values, position values. Okay, in a binary number we have total 8 octets. What is the example number over here? 1 1 followed by 6 zeros. This is the input number. For example, this is the input number. So 1 1 and then total 6 zeros. This is the input number. Next, what we have to do? Multiply this number with the position value. What is the position value? 1. So 0 into 1, 0 into 2, like this. What is the position number? Position value 128. 128 into 1, right? Next, obtain the values 128, 64, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like this. And then finally add all these values. What is the final value? 192. So total value is, result is 192. Meaning is the value of one binary 1 followed by 6 zeros, right? Followed by 6 zeros. 3, 4. The value of binary number value of 1 1 followed by 0 0 0 0 is 192. Like this, we have to convert our binary number into decimals, right? This is the table. Using this kind of table, you can convert whatever the number you want. For example, I want to convert the value 0 0 0 0 last 1 and 1, right? Last 1 and 1. What is the decimal value? Means 0 into 1, 0, 0 into 2, 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 2, 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. So the binary digit 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Value in decimal is 3. What my point? This is the way we can convert binary to decimal. Right. Next, convert binary to decimal. Same thing, they are provided with the calculations. So don't get confused. Same thing. This is conversion for number, one number. For example, so this is the binary decimal binary format, 8 octets. Okay, this binary, this complete binary number to be converted into decimal. So how to convert this binary number into decimal? First, take the first octet. Take the first octet and perform the operation. What we will get? 192. Next, take the second number 10 10 1000. So here observe. So perform same operation and we will get 168. Next, what is the third octet? 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 1. So perform the same operation. So after applying that operation, what is the value we are getting? 11. Next, last octet 0 0 0 0, right? 1 0 1 0. So now what is the value we are getting after conversion is 10, right? So the complete decimal value for this binary number, right? For this complete binary number, the decimal value is 192.168.11.10. Got my point? So I think you got that. This is the example for an IP address 192.168.11.10, and how this is our human readable format. How this decimal number is converted into binary zeros and ones. This is the binary value for 192.168.11.10. So this is the binary format. Ultimate binary format is the machine readable format. Decimal format is our human readable format. That is why we need conversion from binary to decimal or decimal to binary. So decimal to binary conversion. So it is a reverse process. So it's like, so observe. First take the position values 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. Right. Then what you have to do is start in the 128th position. Start in the 128th position. Those are the 4 important steps. Start with the highest bit 128 or leftmost bit 128. So start in that position with the given input number. With the given input number, compare whether that input number is greater than or equal to 128 or not. If it is not, so record a 0 in the 128 place. Apply 0 in the 128 place and move to the next bit. What is the next bit? 64. Next, again perform same comparison. The given input number is greater than or equal to 64 or not. If yes, if greater than or equal to 64, then subtract 128 from 64. 128 from the decimal number, given input number. That means previous number is 128. Subtract the given input number from the decimal and move to the 64 position value. If the given number is greater than or equal to 128, right? There are two important things. Don't get confused. So what you have to do is start with this position 128. Start with this position. Suppose my number is 64. My input number is 64. So what you have to perform? So first compare your input number. 64 is greater than or equal to 128 or not, right? If yes or no, if it is no, perform this operation. What is that operation? Record a 0 in the 128 position value. That means record 0 over here, right? That is one case. If yes, condition is yes, that means if the given input number is equal to 128 or not. For example, my given input number is 192. What my point? So in this case, what happens? If you provide any comparisons, if you maintain any comparisons, given input number is equal to or greater than 128 or not? Yes, it is greater than 128. So record 1 in the binary. If it is not greater than or equal to, record 0, right? So this is the way. Repeat same steps with all these things up to you reach the end point, adding like that, right? So I think they had given you some example. So decimal number, convert 168 to binary, right? 168, right? So what is the first step? Start with the highest position 128, compare, is 168 greater than or 128 or not? Yes, it is greater than 128. If it is greater, what you have to do? Write a 1 in that position, right? And subtract the position number with the given input number. What is my given input number? 168 minus what is that position value? 128. Okay, what is the result? 40, right? So 40 is the result. Now come here 64. At this point, compare this result 40, compare that one. If 40 greater than 64 or not? What is the condition? 40 is greater than or equal to 64 or not? No, it is wrong. So record 0 over here and move to the next page, because if you write 1 means you have to subtract. If the given input number, if the remainder or input number is less than the position value, simply write the 0 and again continue with same number. Okay, come to the next position and my number is 40. 40 is greater than 32 or not? Okay, 40 is greater than 32. Now write 1 over here and subtract 32 from 40. Subtract 32 from 40. What is the value? 8. Okay, come over here. Now the value is 8. Make a comparison, difference comparison. 8 minus 16. So now is 8 greater than 16? No. So simply write 0 over here. Continue with same number 8. Okay, 8 minus 8. Okay, 8 greater than or equal to 8 or greater than or equal to 8. Yes, 8 is equal to 8. It is not greater than, but 8 is equal to 8. So write 1 over here and perform subtraction. Right, 0. We are getting 0. Continue with. So whenever you obtain 0 in the calculations, whenever you obtain 0, don't do anything with next position. Simply write zeros in the next position. Don't do any operations. If you get 0 after subtraction, if you get zeros, don't do any operations. Simply write zeros in the next coming numbers. So now look at this output 1010100, right? This is the final binary number. So for the given decimal number 168, the binary number is 1010100. This is the way we will convert a decimal number to binary. We already seen binary to decimal. Binary to decimal conversion is this one. So binary to decimal is this one, and reverse process decimal to binary is this one. Right. Next, IPv4 addresses. IPv4 addresses, as I said earlier, IPv4 addresses contains 32-bit address and has 4 octets. 4 octets means 4 divisions. This is 1 division, second, third, 4 divisions. For each division we have total 8 bits, right? 8 bits. 8 into 4, total 32. So my IPv4 address size is 32 bits. So you already know the IP address format 192.168.10.10, right? Now you are at a stage that you can convert this decimal number into binary. The binary number of 192 is 11, all zeros. This is the binary number of 168. This is the binary number of 10. This is the binary number of 10. So this is the way. So 192.168.10.10 is human readable format, followed by that binary numbers are the machine readable formats. Right. Next, hexadecimal number system. How many values were there in hexadecimal? Total 16 values were there in hexadecimal system. Right. Observe the diagram. We'll start with 0 and we'll end up with 15 because 16 also counted. So total 16 values. Hexa means 16. Right. So in the hexadecimal format, after 9 there is no 10. We have A, B, C, D, E, F in the hexadecimal format, and this represents hexadecimal. The decimal number 15 equivalent hexadecimal is F, right? And then the binary number equivalent to decimal number hexadecimal F is 1111. Equivalent for hexadecimal A in binary is 1010. So this is the 2 columns represents the equalities. So numbers, hexa it's a binary number that you should note it. So what is the highest value in hexadecimal system? F. So what is the binary equivalent for that hexadecimal? The highest value is 1111. All bits are ones. What is the least number in hexadecimal? 0. Equivalent to hexadecimal 0 in binary is 0. Right? All bits are 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? So why there is an importance of using this hexadecimal system? Because we will use this hexadecimal system for MAC addresses. For IP addresses we will use binary. For MAC addresses we will use hexa. Right? For MAC addresses we will use hexadecimal format. Right? Next, hexadecimal IPv6 address. So IPv6 address, as I told you, IPv4 address contains 32 bits, okay, binary bits. For IPv6 we have 128 bits, and these 128 bits are grouped as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 8 divisions. And in that 8 divisions we have hexadecimals starting from 00 to FFFF. Total 16 binary digits. 4 hexadecimal digits represents 16 binary digits. Right, 16 into 8. Okay, so that makes IPv6 address total 32 hexadecimal numbers. 32 hexadecimal numbers because total divisions were 8. 8 into 4, 32. 8 into 4, 32. So what is the representation of IPv6? Hexa. So how many total hexadecimals are there? 32 hexadecimal values were there in IPv6 address format, right? Next, there is a video is there in the NetAcad portal. If you had any doubts, you can go with that video. Conversion between hexadecimal and decimal, decimal to hexadecimal conversion, and the hexadecimal to decimal conversion. So this you can go through your video content, right? Go through your video content. Next, the basic format for converting a decimal number to hexadecimal is, first convert the decimal into binary. You already know converting the binary decimal into binary. Then divide the binary in 4 groups, 4 starting with rightmost position. Convert each binary into equivalent hexadecimal, right? For example, 168 to be converted into hexadecimal. So first step is convert 168 into binary. What is the binary equivalent for 168? 1010101000. Now 10101000, 2 groups. Divide that into 2 groups, right? 4 bits you have to divide. So 4 bits means this number can be divided into 2 groups. First group is 1010, second group is 1000. Next, according to that columnar table, obtain the equivalent hexadecimal value for this binary number. The equivalent number for 1010 is A. Next, equivalent hexadecimal for number 1000 is 8, right? So the conversion of 168 to hexadecimal is A8. The decimal value 168 equivalent to hexadecimal is A8. This is the way we can convert our decimal number into hexadecimal. And next, hexadecimal to decimal conversion. So hexadecimal to decimal means first convert the given hexa into binary string, and then 8-bit binary grouping have to be created, and then obtain the, if you add a binary value, obtain the decimal equivalent. This is the basic procedure. I will show you. So the given hexadecimal number is D2. What is the first step? Convert that D2 into 2 binary strings. So first get the binary equivalent. The binary equivalent for D is 1110. The binary equivalent for 2 is 0010. Now combine these two sections into one 8-bit. So this is the 8-bit. Okay, 8-bit grouping, and then you had a 8-bit binary in your hand. Now you can convert this 8-bit binary to decimal. So the decimal value for this 8-bit is 210. Meaning is the value of D2, hexadecimal value D2 in decimal is 210. This is the way we can convert or perform basic operations. With this, the conversion module is finished. Binary to decimal, decimal to binary, hexa to binary, hexa to decimal, or decimal to hexadecimal. This is the basic conversion format. What is the importance of using conversion? So system recognize only binary format, so we need to convert our decimal to binary. Next, IPv6 addresses uses hexadecimal format. MAC addresses uses hexadecimal format. That's why we need conversion into hexadecimal, right? Next,